Okay, so Richard, we're at Ovum Digital Futures 2017, and you've got some shocking news for the communications sector. There's growth on the horizon. So
shocking indeed. But
I'm pretty shocked.
Well, we've been looking through the latest results from the communication providers, and we are now calling that we're going to see some growth from the market by the end of the year. So we think that globally, we're going to see about 2% growth out of the top communication providers.
In 2017?
2017.
Year on year?
Year on year. And the good news
where's that coming from?
Is where that's coming from. Well, it's coming from the continued growth of connectivity, so more connections, but that's not the major driver. The largest driver we've seen is that many telcos are now coming through with their adding TV to broadband bundles. So there are a number of communication providers, whether you look at BT, whether you look at Comcast or Iliad, they're all having an additional piece of growth off the back of that strategy that is now really starting to come through. Okay. Now, the twist in the story is that that is only going to go so far in the industry. We think perhaps 4 or 5 years we're going to get a saturation of the bundling impact, but also you're going to start seeing more customers starting to unbundle the other direction.
Right.
And that is going to mean that in the midterm, we think that the telco is going to have to find new sources of revenue growth beyond the existing strategy.
Okay. So does revenue growth also mean margin growth, or how profitable is this growth?
That's a terrific point, Ray. What we're seeing as well is a reduction in margin as content costs start to obviously come in and erode that margin. So you're now looking at some of these operators, and they've got significant content costs associated with their investment. So absolutely revenue growth. But
they're hanging on to their customer base while they build new services?
Well, they are building new services, and we do see opportunity in terms of some of the new areas of growth in places like smart home. At very, very early days there. There's a lot of talk about that, but our view is smart home isn't going to be successful until it's simple. At the moment, it's far too complex. We have all these things working in isolation, but we only add complexity when we add technology to the home, because it's not integrated service, and until we crack that as an industry, it's not going to be successful.
And somebody else might crack it instead of the telcos.
Well, you might get some of the OTTs coming in. We looked very interestingly.
They're all in there already.
They're all in there, and most importantly, they're also attacking the router. So you look at what Google's doing on the router. You look at the relationship that StarHub signed with Google, where they're starting to sell the Google router, which surprised us. But they are absolutely got their sights squarely on the home. But we think, and we're working with many of the service providers to look to build out from the router and build out that integrated orchestrator of services in the home. And we think that's really where the telco should be putting their energies in today.
Okay. All right, it will be interesting to come back next year and find out exactly how much growth there was in 2017 and where we are with the home. Richard, thanks very much.
Cheers.